I think heaven just gave a new batch of baby boys, because in this September, I've had like 4 people around me give birth in this September. Today is just 16th, and they are all baby boys. I don't understand what is going on. People should not give me, oh, don't pass it to me, please. Thank you very much. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, 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 welcome. If you are old, welcome. If you are new, welcome. If you are a passerby, welcome. But come back, join the family. Click on the description button and join the family. Anyways, thank you very much for always watching. I am super grateful. Welcome again to another episode. Like I was saying earlier, it's raining baby boys. It is raining baby boys. If you're looking for one, better grab yours. Anyway, speaking of giving birth, it just made me have this whole feelings rushing back to me. And I remembered there are things women go through after childbirth that people don't really talk about. I think you can agree with me. Like, they are all focused on the new baby. Everybody is in love with the new baby on first sight. Like the moment they lay their eyes on the baby. And this often leads to them neglecting the mother. You know, we are all taken away by this superficial smile she's expected to uphold. She's expected to like keep during the whole entire period where she have visitors coming to see her, coming to see the baby, you know, coming to see the baby basically, because at that time nobody sent you. Anyways, so people are so engrossed in, or mothers are so engrossed in keeping up appearances and taking care of their baby that they often forget about themselves. Okay, now this leads to most women, excuse me, this leads to most women having what we call postpartum depression. I think that word is something we all know, something we have one time or the other heard about. Now, most people would think that it takes a different person altogether to experience this. No, there are things you might be going through during that early months. Yeah, some have early postpartum depression, some have late postpartum depression that could last up to, that could start from like 6 months and all the way till the 18th, all the way till 18th month. That the early postpartum depression starts from like 4 weeks and could last up till 8 weeks. Okay, so me visiting all these women that gave birth just made me remember I actually went through postpartum depression. At a time, I didn't know what it was. It came in a way, there are different symptoms. Yes, there are various symptoms of postpartum depression. It could be in the form of sadness. It could be in the form of insomnia, like sleeplessness. Yeah. There are other symptoms, but the one I know I felt was mania. Yeah. I hope that is what it is called. Oh. I hope. It's just sleeplessness. Yeah. So initially, I thought it was just maybe I'm fresh out of giving birth. So within the first week or two, I was having this constant pain, the contraction. I kept having contraction. I think they said it is normal because the womb is trying to go back to its position. Yes, the baby, you know, just readjusting and all. But the thing is, within 2 weeks, it got better. Like the pain, both from the pain from the episiotomy and everything, it got better. But still, I couldn't sleep. I wasn't still sleeping well. I could stay awake all night, like literally all night. I will not catch a sleep. And even if I finally do, it will be like maybe for like 1 hour or less. Now, even during that period, your baby might still, my baby still wakes up and I have to feed. Now, this progress, I think the accumulation of this sleeplessness led me into sadness. Yeah. At a point, I was just sad. Okay. I didn't really experience or notice, or maybe let's say accept this sadness until my mom left. You know, in this part of the country, you give birth, you're entitled for your mom or your mother-in-law, as a case may be, but for somebody to come stay with you for maybe at least a period of 1 month. I don't know, for my place is a period of 1 month, or else there are other unforeseen circumstances, but ordinarily you have to stay for like a month. All right. So my mom came and she stayed for that 1 month. So during that 1 month, I wasn't really feeling it. I was okay. I could smile and I could, I was fine. But the whole depression thing dawned on me when she left. It's exhausting you having a new human, a tiny one at that, by your side. And it needs your constant attention, like a 24-hour attention. Yes, I said 24 hours because even when the baby is asleep, you still go check in on the baby. Yeah, you change diapers multiple times a day, you feed multiple times a day. If you're an exclusive, you know what that means. So now this whole thing, this whole emotions, accumulated emotions I had, I was sad. I had a baby. I was happy for my baby, no doubt. I was happy. How did I manage this situation? I know I always use this picture effect. You know, those ones that make your lips big, your head big, things like that. I would just use them to snap and pose, and I was just, messing around. The one person that saw right through all of those things was my sister-in-law. Yes, my brother-in-law's wife. I've posted it like back to back for like maybe, I don't know, 3 days or so. But the second day I posted, or on the third day I posted that, she was like, hey, she just reached out to me. What's up? Everything okay? I'm thinking of a play date. Are you interested? This week or next week? Hit me up when you be available. If you see the way I grabbed that opportunity, if you see the way I was like, yes, 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 yes. As at that time, my mom had left. Yes, that was when this whole thing was coming. This whole feeling, this whole emotions were just going in and out of my head. At a point, I'll be like, what if I just leave this baby and run away? Yeah, I had those kinds of thoughts. Even though it just comes in and goes out immediately, but I always want to acknowledge the fact that they were there. You get? So now, how did I manage it? My support system. For me, my sister-in-law was that support system I needed at that particular time. Okay. She reaching out to me and asking if I could come over to the house because she has two kids, two lovely, beautiful kids, by the way. So she just wanted a play date. Looking at it, that play date is for me because my son was like a month old. So what is he playing? My point is, give people that opportunity, like, to come in. Don't shut everybody out. You'll not be doing yourself any good. Now, I took up that invite. I went to her house. I just stayed for long. I stayed for 1 week. But that 1 week made a lot of difference. Yes, it made a lot of difference. I felt that peace of mind because even though she had to go to her studio, yeah, she had this infant photography. By the way, the dopest. I'm going to leave the link to her Instagram page down, the name and the link down. But let me warn you, if you know you are done with childbearing, please don't go to her page because you will be tempted to go for one more. Don't say I didn't warn you. Anyways, now, even though she goes to her studio, right? You see that 2-3 hours she's at home before she leaves. She takes this responsibility over me. Like for that period of 1 month, it has always been me taking care of everybody, taking care of the house, taking care of the baby, taking care of your husband. It felt good. It felt good to have someone take care of me. Even when she leaves in the morning, she will come back and she'll be like, and she comes back in the evening, or some of them, okay, let me say the day she doesn't have anything, the day she doesn't have appointment booked, maybe till in the evening or something, she just comes and takes, have you fed him, is what she'll ask me first because I was on exclusive. Have you fed him? I'm like, yes. She said, give me Neka, go upstairs, go and sleep. I'm like, yes, ma'am. I'll just hurriedly go upstairs, even though I will not be able to sleep maybe immediately. But I had this peace of mind that someone else, like an adult, someone you could trust, is with your baby. It takes this burden. I don't know if I'm using the right words, but it takes this burden away from you. Okay? You have people at home that could take care of, that can take care of your child. Please, leave that child for an hour or two. Go out. Okay? We did it for that 1 week I stayed with her. We're constantly going out, we're going to fun places. These are places that I have been in Port Harcourt. Yes, I have been there, I have visited, but going there with her felt so good. Like at that point, it was mainly about, she made the whole thing about me. Like you could see deliberate effort to see that I had time for myself. I had time to just chill, to just do my thing. Do you get? I understand the fact that when we give birth, people will say, they always say, once the baby is asleep, you join the baby too and sleep. But most times it's not like that. Because when the baby is asleep, that is when you need to cook. When the baby is asleep, that is when you need to fix your house. You know, when the baby is asleep, that is when you need to catch up on internet. I mean, you need to know what is happening. You need to know what. But seriously, though, seriously, you can agree with me. These are times when baby is asleep is when we always have one or two things to do. Okay, but I am telling you now that no matter what you think you have to do, you see that 1 hour that baby is asleep, take out time for yourself and sleep. Yeah, you have to be selfish at a point, at some point, otherwise you're going to lose it here. And your baby, trust me, your baby needs you physically present as he needs you or she needs you mentally present. So taking out 1 hour or two, once the baby is asleep, you leave everything and lie down. Even if you don't sleep, okay, even if you don't sleep, but just you lie down, you just you switch, turn that switch here, just turn it off and chill, turn it off and rest. All right, things I've mentioned: one, get yourself a good support system. Two, take out time to rest. Be selfish. Be selfish about these things. Sometimes be selfish. All right. Then thirdly, be sure you eat good food. Yes, eat good food. Eat a balanced meal. Eat lots of food. Drink lots of water. Believe me, you will feel good. Now, when I came back from her place, definitely good times do come to an end. So when I came back, the way I was feeling when I was with her, I promised myself that I'm not going to let that feeling I have up here and in here, I'm not going to let it just go like that. That I'm going to make deliberate efforts to see that I feel better. Make that effort to see that the way I felt in her house, once I come back home, I'm still going to feel that way. So what did I do? It's not enough to read stuff on the internet, to sleep, to eat balanced diet. What I also did, I incorporated reading. Yes, I read novels. I know it was during that period I read some of Chimamanda's novel. I read Americana. I read Purple Hibiscus. I read there are two more I read, even though I've read them before, but it just felt good. Like, your baby is asleep, you're lying down by the baby, and you're just reading. It didn't last long. I did it for a couple of weeks, maybe like 2-3 weeks, and I was able to manage the whole situation. Now it no longer felt overwhelming, because initially it felt really overwhelming, having this child constantly like 100% dependent on me. Okay, so I figured out that me being in a good place would also definitely be of advantage to my child, to the house in general. Once in a while, you take your child, you just throw. Nothing is going to happen. You don't have to stay in the house for 3 months before you begin to go out. Staying in the house alone can mess with the arrangement of things up here. So just go out. There's no law that states you have to stay in the house for 3 months before you go out. Please pick up your baby. So long as you know that your vaccinations are up to date, please go out. Go out. The only time I don't advise you going out early is maybe within that first week, because for some people they might not have gotten their baby's BCG and hepatitis something. I don't know the particular one, but I think there's this 3 that they give at birth. Some hospitals, if they don't have it, maybe you have to come back like 3 days or 4 days or so, depending on, as the case may be. So, but once you have those 3 vaccinations, so long as your baby is protected, you can take your baby out. Just take a stroll, receive fresh air. It is good for your mental health. Okay. People don't really talk about this all the time. We're expected to, always smile, because in this part of the country, how dare you want to sound ungrateful? Are you ungrateful for giving birth? Are you? But no, it's not about being ungrateful. It's just that these things happen even without you knowing them. These things happen even without you wanting them to happen, but they just happen. Now what do? You manage the situation. How do you manage the situation? From this, if you're watching to this point, I've made mention of getting yourself a good support system. Yeah, you get yourself a good support system. You read pick up a book, you read a book, you go out, you take out time to take care of yourself, sleep. All right. In some situations, you put yourself first. Now I'm sounding like a motivational speaker. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that felt like this. Women go through these things. Please tell me in the comment section, did you go through a postpartum depression? And if you did, what were your symptoms? How did you manage it? Please leave a comment. If you have enjoyed this video so far, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, comment, like, and also share. Okay? Thank you very much for sticking by, and I'll see you in my next one.